welcome to Sunday, the beginning of another vlog, and I'm just going to kind of update you on the books that I would like to get done this week, hopefully, especially the ones that I really got to get done, which is the first one I'm going to talk about, which is How Do You Live by I cannot pronounce the author, and I'm not even going to try, I keep butchering it every time. Anyway, you can see it here, and it's a Japanese classic that's been translated into English for the first time, and I think it's kind of boring. I do like the kids, the uncle I don't, so it's kind of a middle of the road thing, but I need to have it done because I do believe I need to post a blog post about it on Wednesday. So it's going to be the first one that I get done this week. I got 54, I'm on 54%, so I'm already on the downward slide, so I just gotta get it finished. Then I need to read Faithless by Shea because me and my friend are doing a blog review of this together. It's called Two Bloggers, One Book, and the month is running out, so we're going to have to do it eventually, and she's starting this one today, I think, and so we're going to post it sometime this week, so I really need to get it done, and I'm only like 24% into it, somewhere around there, so got to get on it, but it's boring, but I got to get on it. Then the other books that I want to finish this week, if I can, is Crota by Outgoing Back. I'm actually enjoying that one, and I want to finish my reread of Discovery of Witches, and those are really the ones that I would like to get done, and that's quite a bit. I can't believe it's the end of October, and so I'm like trying to cram in like all the ones that I wanted to get done this month, and it's crazy. I can't believe that the month is already almost over. Other than that, that's pretty much about it. Had church, come home, we're under a tornado warning, or not warning, but we're under a tornado watch, and I hate that because it makes me all anxious and everything. I'm hoping it goes around me. I don't mind getting rain, but I hate storms. My dog hates storms. I hate if it gets too bad and we have to go run out to our shelter outside because I have to grab my two dogs and run because I ain't leaving them in here. I know people think that's crazy, but they're my babies. They come in with me. So I just really hate tornadoes and all that kind of crap. I hate it. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all that's happened today. And I will update you later when I've read some. It's a little after 1 in the afternoon on Thursday. I've been horrible this week about like vlogging. It's just been a really bad week. You'll notice you'll be seeing this a lot more in my videos or something like it because I'm freezing. When it gets cold, I get moody, and then I don't want to read as much, or I just want to get in my blanket and maybe listen to something. So yeah, my reading hasn't gone very well, and then I've just had some books that they were okay, but I think they're going to put me in a slump if they don't get better. That kind of thing. October has had some really good books and some really bad books. And so yeah, and it seems like all my good books were at the beginning of the month, and then all the bad books happened like now. Except for a few, but yeah. Anyway, so I have finished How Do You Live by Genzaburo Yoshino. I think I may have got that semi-close. Even with Mr. Francie trying to help me with the phonics, I still don't know if I got that anywhere near close. But thanks, Mr. Francie. And anyway, that is it's a Japanese classic that was just recently translated into English for the first time. And I was asked by a publisher if I would like to review it on my blog, which I do have a blog called Books, Movies, Reviews, Oh My. And so I did, because I thought, well, it might be kind of cool. I've never read anything like that. And I was curious what a Japanese classic children's story might be. So I gave it a go. It was okay, but it wasn't great for me. I could see it being great for other people, and I can see that, but it was told in the perspective of Copper and his friends, and then it had a perspective from the uncle, which was in journal writing. So all the parts with Copper and his friends, and Copper learning things by his actions and the things that he'd done and the things that he was with his friends. And then, you get his uncle. When his uncle hears about some of the things, he writes things down in a journal because he wants to give the journal to Copper sometime in the future, or something that maybe he would understand, or the older he got, he might understand some of the things that he wrote about in the story, in the journal. But the parts with the uncle were super boring and very philosophical, and I feel like if I was a Japanese kid, I'd feel like I was getting kind of cheated, because I would think this is going to be like a really cool story about a coming of age story, and what I'm getting is philosophy, science, history. So it's like they were like kind of sneaking in your studies while you're reading this classic this Japanese tale, because the uncle talks about, like I said, like philosophy, and like talks about like Newton's theories on things. So we get science, and then there's a big spill about Napoleon Bonaparte that just was too long. He could have condensed his thoughts about Napoleon in a little bit smaller chunk. And then we just kind of get, human relationships and things like that, and how our actions, and stuff like that. But the parts with the kid and his friends were pretty cool. And I do feel like, that Copper was learning things as he went. And basically, Copper was wanting to be a good, he wants to grow up to be a good man, because his father has passed on, and his father's last words were to promise him that he would become a good man. And so that's why he talks to his uncle, and that's why his uncle is trying to teach him these things and everything. And like I said, I can see a lot of people liking this because it was more of a literary kind of fiction read, and that's really not my thing. But like I said, I did like the kid part, so I gave it 3 stars, because there were parts that I liked, and then there were parts that drug on forever. But at the same time, it was a fairly easy, fast read, and I didn't feel like anything was lost in translation or anything like that. I mean, it flowed fairly well. It was just the content on some of it I just found a little boring. But other than that, it was okay. I finished that probably like Monday or so, and I thought I need to get on here and say something, and then I never did. So I finished another book, so I thought it's best I get on here and talk. So I finished my reread, A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness, which is the first book in the All Souls trilogy, and it was amazing, as always. I absolutely love this series. But I don't know why that this series is just like so high on my favorites, because I mean, I can see why some people don't like this or get bogged down in it, because it does have a lot of sciencey talk about DNA and things like that. But at the same time, it didn't bother me in this book. Whereas, like, when I was, like, say, Jurassic Park or Relic, it was like, wow, there's a lot of science talk, and it was DNA stuff too, but it was just, it felt different or something, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's a book and I just really love it or something, but it just doesn't bother me. It does have a little bit more, I guess, maybe flowery writing than some of the people in the Discord are used to. Heavier writing. I don't know how to exactly say it. It was a bunch of us in the Killing Time with Cozy's Discord were reading it, and I would say it was kind of split down the middle of the people that liked it and the people that quit reading it and everything. And so I'm glad that I at least got a couple of people to enjoy it and everything. So, you know, mission accomplished, I think, and everything. And it was fun to see who was going to like it and who wasn't going to like it. And when it's a favorite, you're always hoping, you know, that it's going to be a hit with everybody. But I can understand why some of them didn't like it. It's definitely quite different from a cozy mystery. The writing and everything and the style and stuff like that. So yeah. But as always, 5 stars. Love this. Now I feel like I need to incorporate the second book into my reading at some point, because I've actually read this 3 times, but I've only read the other 2 books once. So I need to reread the other ones. And I'm missing some of the parts in the second book. I really love to hate Felipe. He was like my favorite person to like hate but love at the same time. And so yeah, I would like to get more of him again. But yeah, loved it. And that's all I finished. Yes, it is Thursday, and I have only finished 2 books. Like I said, it's not going well. I'm spacing out. I'm not enjoying the book that I'm reading. Some things have happened of late that I'm hoping maybe the last part's going to flip and I'm going to like it. But at the same time, I'm like, where is this going? And is this going to actually connect with the story? Or is it going to just be something the author threw in there and it's not going to make any sense? But I am still reading. Let me get it here. Faithless by Shea. And let me tell you guys, this is breaking my heart not to like this book, because I love Shea. He's like one of my favorite horror authors. And I know that you can have hit or misses with your favorite, but you always anticipate loving, you know. And I've been waiting for this book. And I've been wanting to get started on this book. And me and my friend Barb are buddy reading it. And she had to wait on the book, so she's just getting started on it. And I'm waiting for her to see if she likes it or not, you know, because I'm like 62% into it. Like I said, there's this little bit of a like shock type thing, and that's why I'm wanting to know if that's going to be conducive to the end of the story, or is it just something kind of dumb that the author put in there. I don't know. But it's about Raul, who was a priest, and his family is murdered, so he's not a priest anymore. And basically, he has gone to his aunt's house because she has died and left him this house. And he's decided to go there, to stay there by himself, be all solemn and gloomy, and reflect on, you know, the fact that his family is dead and he just doesn't know what to do. He's lost. But he drinks all the time, and he pops his pills that he shouldn't drink with alcohol, because that's what his doctors told him, because he's taking anxiety medicine, depression medicine, but he's also drinking a lot, and he's just a mess. And then he starts hearing things, and he thinks they sound like his wife and his kids. He hears giggles. He hears her saying like hello and his name. And so is he really hearing these things? Or is it because he's so like doped up with the alcohol and the drugs that he can't, reality is like gone or whatever? And I don't like that kind of thing. I don't like unreliable narrators, because you don't know if what's actually happening is happening or if it's all in his head, because he's going a little crazy. And so I have predictions that I think my friend Barb will like this more than me. So we'll see how it goes. I will let you know if she enjoyed it more than I did. I thought she was going to like The House on Needless Street, but she didn't care for it too much. You know, I think she was like in middle of the road. And she thought she was going to like this other book that we read together, that Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, but she didn't like it. So I'm really curious to see if she's going to like this one or not. And so we'll see. And so far, this is pretty much all that I'm reading right now. Oh, I am I am buddy reading. It's an audiobook, and I don't know that author's name, but it's called The Wolf in Duke's Clothing. I'll put a picture here so you can see what it is and the author. But it's an audio book that I'm listening to. It's a paranormal romance. I thought maybe I just need a different genre. And she was wanting somebody to buddy read with, and I said, sure, it was on Hoopla. I'll give it a go. And so far, it's been okay. It's a run-of-the-mill kind of paranormal romance, except it's a historical, so it's like, an historical setting, which I like. And so, yeah, it's been fun so far. I think 6 chapters into it and stuff, maybe like 21% or something like that. So, yeah. So I'll be listening to more of that. And I really, really wanted to get back to Crota by Al Goingback, because actually enjoying this one. Yeah, I was actually enjoying this one, but I want to get Faithless done, but it's bogging me down. But I liked this one, and I really want to get this one done before October is over, because this is perfect October read, since it's about a creature and it's got Native American mythology and all that kind of stuff, and I'm enjoying it. I just need to finish Faithless. But at the same time, I don't wanna. So yeah. Reading's just not been very good this week. I'll probably see, I have some like pictures and stuff, like video of things to show you, but yeah, for the most part, it's kind of been a dud. A dud week. I was wondering how it would go if I vlogged the whole week or the whole month, and now we know what happens. I did really good, and then I have a dud at the end. Update you later. Last day for this vlog, and I probably should have already talked about this book, but you'll see. I had kind of an off reading week. It got really cold and I got moody and I didn't want to read, and the book that I'm going to talk about was just a little slow, and I just wasn't really into it until like the end, and then it got like really cool. So that would be Faithless by Hunter Shea. Y'all know I've talked about it. I wasn't feeling it. The beginning, it was just slow. Just like it repeating like the same thing, going on and on, day in, day out. He was drinking and popping his pills and hallucinating things he thought he was hearing his like family and things like that. And you're like, is he or is he not, or whatever. It was really hard to tell. I don't like that kind of thing, especially when it's just the same thing over and over and over again. Then his friend Felix comes to town and is trying to help him out. He hasn't seen this guy in like forever. Like, it's from his old days whenever he wasn't a priest and stuff. And he just wants to pay him back for, how he treated him whenever they were younger. So Felix is there trying to help the man, and he can just see how bad he is. He's not eating. It's like, how is he even living? Because all he's doing is drinking alcohol and popping his like depression pills and anxiety pills, and he hardly ever eats anything. And it's like he's got to have wasted away to nothing by the time Felix got there and saw him. He was in bad shape. And Felix, he wants to help him out. He wants to go and find the people that killed his family for him. He wants to get like revenge for Raul. Eventually Raul's like, yeah, okay, go ahead. So he leaves him, though he doesn't want to. He leaves him. He goes to try to figure out what happened, who it was, why did it happen, why was he targeted, his family and stuff. Was it because he was a priest, or was it because of Bella? Because he doesn't know Bella. So he decides to go and kind of find some things out from Bella. And boy, does he find some things out. And it was like after that, it was like this twist that happens, and it was just a 180 turnaround. It got really interesting. A lot of stuff happened. Felix is rushing back to get to Raul to tell him everything, trying to help him out, trying to get him away because he knows that there's something that he needs to know and all that stuff, and it just turns into a totally different book. And I really like that. So probably like the last like 35% of the book was just really fun and interesting and action packed. But it didn't save the book for me because just because I like the ending, I'm not going to give it a higher rating. So I gave it 3. I'm giving it 3 stars because I did not like 60% of the book. So I don't care if the ending was like extremely cool. It's not gonna bring it up for me. It brought it up from a 2 to a 3, and that's about as far as it's going. I do think there is an audience for this that people will enjoy it a lot more than me. I think my friend Barb, I think she's liking it a little bit more than me, maybe. She has uh, thought it was a tad boring a few times, but I mean, she was enjoying it up to at least 40 to 50%. And then she started saying, okay, now it's a little bit, I think, repetitive or doing, but I mean, I was probably, 20% into it and not liking it. So, I mean, so it kind of lags in the middle a bit, I do believe, and everything. So, like I said, I think a lot of people will like this, and I can also see where some people will be like me and not like it that much and everything. But it wasn't it wasn't as bad off as I thought it was going. I just really thought I was gonna like totally hate it and give it like 2 stars or something, and that would have hurt my heart because I really like Hunter Shea. So at least he managed to like turn me around a little bit there at the end. So I got that one done, and I really, really, really want to get this other book done, and I only have today to do it, to get it done by October, before October is over. So it's a bit of a rush. I think I can do it, though, because I've got plenty of time. It's not even 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Gotten home from church. I got myself something to eat, and so I think I can just concentrate on this and get it done. And that would be Crota by Al going back. This one I'm really enjoying. This is more of a creature feature type of book, and that's just the kind of thing I like. I am a killer animal, a creature kind of person. That's my kind of horror. I have a type, I guess, and it's this type. And so yeah, I'm really liking this one. This is Native American folklore about this Crota, and the Native Americans in here, they talk about how it came to be, and it was like before the times were this. I mean, it was like thousands of years ago, like how this thing came to be, and what they did to seal it up, but then it was a great earthquake happened, and brought it out, and then it's how they had to get it back, seal it back, and then, well, lo and behold, this place here has had another earthquake, and it has brought that creature right back out. And so, yeah, that's what's attacking people. And the sheriff, Skip, he saw it. He got himself sliced by it, but he was saved by some of his deputies and stuff because they shot at it and it ran off. He says it's a creature of some sort. He knows that it's not a bear or anything like that. And the guy under him, Lloyd, you always have to have one of those people, and it's in a book or in a movie, that you just hope gets killed because they're stupid, and Lloyd is that person. He thinks that he's going to find whatever this thing is, and he's going to kill it, and then whenever it's election time, he's going to run for sheriff, and he's going to be remembered as the guy who saved everybody and everything. But yeah, no, he's going to be remembered as the person who got a whole bunch of people killed because he's stupid. I hope he gets killed. He hadn't got there yet, but I hope. There's hope. just that one. But I am 69% into it, and so I am getting close. So I do believe I can get it finished, and I will update you if I get it finished, and if I don't, I will come back and wrap up this. But I'm hoping that I'll get it finished, and I can tell you that I've got it finished before the end of this vlog and the end of October. I mean, it's Halloween. I gotta get it done. So I did it. So I thought I'd come back and finish, talk about Crota by Al Going Back. I finished it. I'm so excited. I got my last book in for October. And I'm going to end at least on a high note, because I give this 4 stars. This one, it was the horror book that I was looking for that I didn't get in the other ones. I mean, I had a couple of good reads earlier in the month, but then the other ones, they kind of fell a little bit flat. But this one was fun. This is a kind of a creature feature, and it's got Native American folklore in it. It's about this creature called the Crota, and it had Jay Littlehawk in it, and he knew what was going on, and it was him and the sheriff in the town, Skip, had to kind of band together and fight this creature in this cave where there was some tunnels and all kinds of stuff in there. The one guy that I said was an idiot, he thought he could take it on his own, and he got a bunch of people killed. And the sheriff didn't know he was doing that until later, because the sheriff had gotten attacked by the Crota, and he was in the hospital, and the other guy thought he would be brave and do the thing. It wasn't until after all that happened that he found out about Jay Littlehawk and how he knew what it was and was wanting to help get rid of it. And then you have George Strong Eagle, which was an old medicine man, and he was like really cool. He had a small part in here, but he was like super cool. And yeah, this was just really fun. I like creature features. That's kind of my horror. I don't know. I just like books about creatures and things like that, and they wreak havoc, and somebody has to go and try to kill the creature and stuff. That's just my kind of horror. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. 4 stars. It was great. I've got to go check out more books from this author, because it's my first one by Al Going Back. But yeah, I want to check out some more of his stuff, because I seen he had a few more books, and it seems like he likes to write supernatural kind of horror-y type books, and so got to check some more of those out. And so that is the end of my week. I will kind of recap what I read this week. I read How You Grow by, I'm not going to be able to say it without looking at it, anyway, Yoshino? Yeah, like, I don't have it in front of me, so I can't remember what the guy's name is. But anyway, that one, which was a Japanese classic that was translated into English for the first time, which I thought it was okay. I gave it 3 stars. Then I finished, Then I finished A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. This was a reread for me. This is the 3rd time I've actually read A Discovery of Witches. I read it back whenever it first came out. Then I read it in 2019 with my friend Barb, and then I reread it this time with a group in the Killing Time with Cozy's Discord. And now I want to reread the other books in the series. I've only read the other 2 books in this series like once, so they need another reread. This one's had 3 goes at it, so. But yeah, I love this one, 5 stars. Then I finished Faithless, that I told you about a little while ago, and 3 stars for it. It was, boring at the beginning, and then it got better. And then, of course, we ended on a high note with this one, because I like this one, and it was 4 stars. So yeah, that's pretty much how my week has been. It wasn't quite as exciting as the other weeks. I think either I was getting kind of burnt out because of the books that I was reading that I didn't care for so much, and and so I was glad to get one that I actually really was into at the end. So, see y'all on the next go round. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.